the heart of Kemet, where stars whispered to the Nile, it began. A crown forged of truth shimmered beneath Ra's eternal gaze, unseen by men. I am the scribe of Pharaoh's court, keeper of scrolls and secrets. My ink bears the weight of gods. My words echo through pyramids' hearts. The crown of Ma'at, spun from sunlight and balance, once crowned the just. It shimmered not with gold, but with harmony woven from divine breath. Only one pure of deed and heart could wear the crown without peril, for imbalance summoned storms, and truth scorched like midday sun on limestone. Pharaoh Nefru, child of Sirius and blood of Ra, sought the sacred crown. Her reign bloomed like lotus in flood, yet shadows whispered of imbalance. The priests warned her, their voices cracked like dried reeds in desert winds. But destiny burns brighter than doubt, and she pursued the feathered diadem still. She entered the Hall of Echoes, where truth distills like dew in silence. There, the test of Ma'at awaited, unseen, unspoken, yet carved in all things. Her breath faltered, heart exposed like papyrus before fire, yet she stepped forward. The crown hovered above the dais, pulsing with ancient rhythms and celestial measure. As her hand reached skyward, the crown dimmed, truth recoiling from her soul. A tremor split the stone beneath, as harmony cracked like a buried jar. The gods murmured through wind and flame, their judgment cloaked in thunder's voice. Nefru fell, not from height, but from grace, her soul unbalanced and bare. I transcribed what followed, though ink wept upon the scrolls from unseen sorrow. The crown vanished, hidden by Ma'at herself, awaiting one who walks true balance. So it remains, the shining crown of Ma'at, unseen but not forgotten, a truth too bright for shadow, waiting in silence for the worthy heart. In the hush of twilight, the scribe sharpened his reed with care. Beneath columns of lotus stone, he summoned words older than the Nile. He spoke softly, as if awakening memory itself from slumber's heavy veil. The tale he told was kept from kings and whispered to stars. For this was the legend of Ma'at's crown, forged of sunlit truth, a crown not worn, but bestowed through balance and sacred discernment. In days when the two lands were young, chaos whispered beneath the sand. Pharaohs trembled, for the stars no longer mirrored the Nile's flow. The high priestess of Ma'at wept beneath the sycamore, her vision clouded. She saw the feather tip darken, weighed by hearts grown heavy with deceit. She spoke of a crown lost to mortals, hidden when truth fled men's lips. Only one who walks the inner path may glimpse its radiant gleam. The scribe, hearing her words, felt a fire stir deep in his chest. He vowed to seek the path, though it led through shadow and silence. He dreamed of the crown, not upon his head, but within his soul. It pulsed like the morning star, guiding him beyond the veil of flesh. He awoke with dawn's first light, his scrolls scattered like fallen leaves. A single feather lay upon them, untouched by time or dust. He journeyed to the temple of the horizon, where silence speaks loudest of truths. Each step echoed like a heartbeat, pulsing with unseen wisdom. At the altar of Maat, he placed his heart upon the sacred scale. It trembled, for it carried both his truth and his many shadows. The scale tilted, not with judgment, but an invitation to walk still deeper. The feather glowed, unburnt, as if recognizing kinship with his soul's essence. The scribe's brush trembled as he unveiled the tale's deeper current. Beneath ink and gold, a secret pulse of judgment began to stir. The crown's light, once steady, flickered like a star caught in breath. A whisper passed through Thebes, like wind brushing forgotten tombs of kings. One feather upon the crown dimmed, as if burdened by unseen sin. The high priest frowned, lips sealed by ancient oaths and deeper worries. The scribe knew then, the crown judged not just Pharaoh, but the land. Each misdeed echoed within its feathers like thunder in sealed tombs. A drought had gripped the Nile, its waters retreating like breath from a wound. Farmers wept under the gaze of Ra, whose light no longer blessed. The high priest proclaimed a reckoning. Mahat had been unbalanced by hidden betrayal. The crown must be carried beyond the veil to the hall of truth. As they crossed into desert silence, time seemed to fold upon itself. The crown grew heavier with each step, as if resisting destiny's pull. Night fell like a curtain woven of obsidian and stars sharp as blades. Around their camp, silence deepened until it rang with invisible watchers' breath. In the midnight hour, the crown pulsed with light and summoned spectral judges. They emerged like smoke, their eyes knowing every truth never spoken aloud. The scribe witnessed them. His heart weighed though no scale yet appeared. His ink bled symbols he never learned, each stroke a confession unspoken. A falcon-headed judge spoke. Balance his breath. Without it, all withers in time. The crown shimmered, revealing hidden feathers once sealed by Pharaoh's decree. The revelation cut deeper than any blade. Pharaoh had hidden sins beneath gold. The crown bore witness, its light no longer soft, but searing and clear. The scribe stepped into a chamber where silence weighed heavier than gold. There, the crown pulsed beneath a veil of sacred linen, untouched by time. He whispered rites known only to scribes who transcribed the breath of gods. The veil lifted slowly, revealing the crown's radiance like sunrise over sacred Nile waters. But with the vision came a trembling, as the chamber's breath grew cold. The gods demand balance, and the crown's light revealed unseen shadows of the court. Visions of the court unraveled, Pharaoh's justice weighed by unseen forces of judgment. The scribe saw betrayal cloaked in incense, and truth bending under jeweled authority. The crown pulsed again, not with glory, but with burden borne silently by truth. The scribe, now its keeper, must carry justice beyond papyrus and palace walls. He wrapped the crown in linen spun from temple veils, whispering ancient protections. With each step from the chamber, echoes of divine voices followed in solemn chorus. He emerged into night under stars carved by the god's own breath and fire. The desert wind kissed his cheeks, whispering riddles only the worthy decipher in silence. In his dreams that night, Ma'at appeared with wings wide as the firmament. She spoke not with words, but with memories of nations reborn through balance restored. He awoke with sand in his palm and the crown beside his heart. The gods had not merely chosen him, they had entrusted him with their balance. He returned to the court, not as scribe alone, but as vessel of Ma'at. His scroll now bore verses that even priests dared not speak aloud before. He spoke before Pharaoh, voice steady as the Nile and clear as desert dawn. The crown remained wrapped, for its presence now lived within his every word. Balance was not gifted, it was guarded, spoken, and lived by those who remember. In the scribe's voice, the gods heard themselves, and the crown shone ever brighter. The scribe knelt, whispering final truths only Ma'at herself could hear. The chamber pulsed with silence, as if the gods paused their breath. He placed the crown of Ma'at before him, its light now subdued and still. No longer burning, it shimmered like a memory waiting to be reborn. He began to recite the final verse passed down from the first scribes. His voice wove through the chamber like threads of starlight in darkened silk. The crown lifted slightly, suspended by unseen hands, as if judging his spirit. Time itself thinned, and the veil between worlds parted by a hair's breadth. Suddenly, the crown released a single beam of light into his heart. He did not fall, but stood taller, bearing the weight of divine equilibrium. In that moment, he became more than a scribe. He was the voice of order. The gods entrusted him with the breath of justice to echo through the ages. He descended the steps, the crown now resting above him like a second sun. Wherever he stepped, the shadows bent, aligning with ancient divine symmetry. He emerged into the outer temple, where priests knelt and falcons circled in silence. The desert winds paused, sensing the balance restored in human flesh. He raised his hand, and in it, the feather of Ma'at gleamed anew. It pulsed with light that echoed the rhythm of the world's first breath. He turned to the east, where the sun kissed the horizon with promise. The crown shimmered, then vanished, returning to the realm beyond mortal grasp. The scribe bowed, not as a servant, but as guardian of sacred truth. His scrolls were now sealed with the breath of eternity and flame of wisdom. Thus ends the tale of the shining crown, hidden where justice breathes. May its light find you when shadows fall and balance calls your name.